guys, my name is Tyler and welcome back to the Marseille career mode. This is season 2, episode number 10, but before we get started, if you guys go ahead and drop a like for me, that would be greatly appreciated. 70 likes is the goal for today's episode, so if you guys right now could go down to the like button and hit 70 likes, that would be greatly appreciated. Now, after the last episode ended, I did a training session afterwards. You guys can see the results right here. Arias, Rakik, and Dan are getting closer and closer to getting 80 overall, which I definitely want come the end of the season. Hopefully we can get there, but on top of that, we also have a bit of money left in our budget. If we head over to the transfer section, you can see we have about 7 million euros and about 70,000 euros in our wage budget. So I thought we might as well go ahead and inquire and send offers through for different players that we could bring into our team. Now, we're going to go ahead and take a look at them right here in my short list. I went in for all of these players right here. Unfortunately, some are a little bit more expensive than others, so it'll make it a little bit more difficult to bring them into the club, but they're all players I went in for nonetheless. Florian Thauvin and Andre Ayew, of course, former Marseille players. I thought it'd be nice to bring them back into the club. We got some youngsters, though, after them, and Alexis Blanc, Vincent Coziello, Jeremy Boga, Alain Saint-Maximin, and TRayALLDay. So all of those guys I sent offers through, and I'm about to see what we got back right now. Yes, I already went through some of them. Some of them I haven't gone through yet, but Swansea City and Newcastle did decline pretty much every offer I sent through for Thauvin and Ayew. I even included several players like Nordveit, Capu, and Diaby, and none of them were interested, so we can't get them to the club, unfortunately, but we can bring in some of the youngsters that I did talk about previously. So Saint-Maximin was accepted for 3 million euros, TRayALLDay was accepted for 2 million euros, and Alexis Blanc was accepted for 3 million euros. Sorry if you guys heard that, by the way, but I'm going to go ahead and sign TRayALLDay, frankly, because I did have him in my Brighton career mode earlier this year. Unfortunately, that has ended due to just reasons which I can discuss in a different video, I guess, but I would like to use him once again because I absolutely loved him in that series, and if we can bring him in as a backup striker to Remy and Andrade and Batshuayi, that would be nice. Use him in cup games maybe when we simulate and get him some game time. So future first team player, 4 years, 15,000 euros will be the fee that we send in for him, and we're not going to use Saint-Maximin because we are paying an extra 1 million for him. We could sign both of them, I suppose, but I'd rather only have one backup striker just to keep them happy. But on top of that, we could go for, now Coziello is getting rejected, and that's fine because I'm going to sign him in my Juventus career mode that's upcoming after this season of Marseille ends, so I don't really mind not getting him into the club. But we could go for Alexis Blanc at 3 million euros. They did have an offer accepted of 2.5, so we are overpaying just a bit. Or we could go in for Jeremy Boga, 5 million euros. We would have to maybe offer over a player at the same time, but he is a great player, and it would be nice to have him as kind of a backup striker, backup cam, backup winger. He can play in all of those positions, so it'd be nice to have him there. And to be honest, I think that's what we're going to do. I'm going to go ahead and send another offer through, not 5 million though. We could, technically. We'll probably have enough money to be able to do that. So we might as well. I'm going to go down a little bit, though, because I don't want them to be getting more money than they should. So 4.2 million euros is the final offer we're going to be sending through for them. We could, I guess, offload a player at the same time if we needed to. If they don't accept it, we'll offer over Diaby and maybe a little bit of cash just to get rid of some money on our wage budget and then bring him in. So that's all we're going to do. Now it's time to get to the first game of the episode, which is against Nantes. We're actually playing pretty much 3 games this episode, one after the other. Usually I simulate a few games in between the three, I should say, but we got Nantes right here, then deadline day happens, then we get February. We need to play this game against Rennes because they sit 6th in the league, and then a few days later after that, we're taking on Monaco in the league. So we have 3 very big games in today's episode. All of them sit in the top half of the table, or I believe they all should. Let's take a look, actually, for sure. I know Rennes does. They sit in 6th. Nantes is 11th, and Monaco is 12th. So they're all right around mid-table, and I definitely think we need to be playing those games to hopefully get first place come the end of the season. But without any further ado, let's go ahead and jump straight into this game against Nantes and take a look at both sides. Their team for this game, we played them earlier this season and already took a look at it. They did lose players like Alejandro Bedoya, who are key players in their team, but they did bring in players like El Yunusi, who's going to be a strong player on that left-hand side that we definitely have to worry about. And then our team is our normal starting 11, except Loic Remy in for Victor Andrade, because Andrade is still recovering from his injury, and I'm actually really happy to play Remy. Nice burst of pace from Loic. Come on, cross that one over. What is that for a cross? Dupay making an easy save. Like, that turned into a shot. You saw the guy open at the far post. Luka Dean gonna cut inside. There's Diarra. He's open. That was a shitty touch for an 85 rated player. So Thorson's gonna come through now. Diarra can't shrug him off. Rongier finds Adrian, the Brazilian. That finesse shot with his left foot was beautiful, to be fair. Can't really fault that too much. Our defense really didn't close him down at all, so fair play, nice goal. Here's the replay. Diarra trying to get the ball back from Sigthorsson, but he's just shrugging him off. Koulibaly tries to mark Rongier, and I don't know what Arias is doing. He also tried to mark Rongier, and then Adrian is left open. Finesse to the near post. Beautiful finish to be fair to him. And we're down 1-0. There's Ribery. Faguli's open in the middle. Nice touchdown. Burba spin inside with your left. What was that? Like, honestly, I was expecting at least a decent effort, but he just P-rolls it straight to the keeper. Batshuayi to Remy. Rafinha, come on, make that run, Ribery. He does. He's in the box. Take this one near post. Franck Ribery. Dupé makes a nice save. Ref? No foul. Okay. Arias just getting destroyed. Moimbe, the left back, coming down the left-hand side. He's going to whip this one across. Luca Dean can't win the header. Mandanda forced to make a nice save. One change at halftime. I'm going to bring in more of an attacking player in Remy Cabella to play in that center mid position. Maybe he'll help us a little bit in the second half and maybe help us create more goals. Santiago Arias finds Sofiane Feghouli. Sofiane Feghouli finds Remy Cabella, the substitute. He finds Loic Remy. He's going to drag back in the box. Please shoot. He can't get the shot off. He's blocked. Beautiful pass from Luca Dean finding Loic Remy. Remy sees Feghouli open out wide. They have all their men back, but Fagouli's going to cut in the box. Feghouli almost beats their whole defense. Feghouli, get the shot off. What is that for a shot once again? Sana Diarra just whip this one into the box. Someone get a head on it, please. Batshuayi can't get to it, but it was a decent effort at least. We just need to get one goal. I'll take a draw. Luca Dean. Luca Dean sees Batshuayi. Batshuayi is going to cut around their defense. Finesse shot with his left foot, puts it wide. He's not left-footed to be fair, so I can't slate him too much, but we need to score. Wow, what an awful clearance from Arias in the box once again as Adriani puts it wide this time. Sana Diarra, come on. Seeing Loic Remy make a run. He's in the box. Please finesse this with his left foot. Scores his first goal for Marseille since coming back to the club. Let's go. Look at him celebrate. He looks so happy to be back to the club. Fantastic. Looking at the replay here, we win the ball back in the midfield. The Sana Diarra pushing forward, sees Remy making a nice run into the box, finesses it with his left foot, and we find the back of the net. Finally in this game, we deserved that goal. Koulibaly playing an awful pass out of the back. Bangura is going to find Adel. Adel finds Barama Toure. Barama Toure to Yohan Adel. He gets a second bite at the cherry, but Mandanda goes low to make the save. And that's where the ref is going to blow for full time. 1-1 the final score. I really felt like we deserved the 3 points in that game. If it wasn't for a defensive lapse, a defensive mental lapse early in that game, I think we would have gotten the result at least 1-0. I mean, that was really their only chance of the game. It just happened to be fairly early on. I guess we weren't prepared enough for the game when it started, and they were able to capitalize. Looking at the match facts, though, I guess you could say I was a little bit off on my word. I said that we dominated the game and deserved the 3 points, but basing it off the stats, it was pretty even, and maybe a draw was a fair result, but during that game, I definitely felt like we had the better of the chances. We'll take a look at the player ratings as well. Loic Remy got man of the match for us. Actually, he didn't. It looked like he was going to be, but Mandanda got man of the match with 5 saves. Loic Remy did get a 7.6 though, with the goal, his first goal for Marseille since coming back to the club. And as for Nantes, this is their ratings. Dupé getting a 7.3 with 5 saves. Adrian, the goal scorer, getting a 6.5. He was ridiculous in this game. He was shrugging off Arias like the whole game, and Arias is supposed to have a lot more physical than Adrian, so I don't really understand that. But either way, pretty happy with the result. I would have taken the 3 points, but we were away from home after all, so I guess 1-1 isn't too bad. But after that game, we had a few things in our inbox. First off, contract offer accepted for Thierry Ambrose. Definitely going to be bringing him into the club. Doesn't really take much off our budget, and he'll be a decent backup striker for us to use in situations where we don't technically need to be playing our first team player. So I'm happy to bring him into the club. And as for Jeremy Boga, his transfer offer was accepted. 4.2 million euros I feel like is a fair offer. They wanted 5 million, offered 3 million the first time, so that's pretty fair going in between our first 2 offers. Go 4 years. He wants 30,000 on his wage budget, which I think is not a bad offer, to be fair to him. He probably deserves that, and then he wants a squad rotation role, which is what he has right now, so we'll give him exactly what he has currently, and I think he'll be able to join the club after he accepts that contract. He'll definitely want to be accepting that contract, but either way, now it's time for another training session. Once again, training our whole defense apart from Koulibaly to hopefully get them all up to 80 overall. Can we get anything good in this session? Luca Dean going up to a 79 despite only getting a D and a C, and Arias getting a D, a pretty average session, but at least Luka Dean went up. And there we have it, contract offer accepted for Jeremy Boga. He's going to join Marseille, and that's the final signing we are going to be making this window. And actually in a few days time, we are taking on his team, and we actually have to be playing our second team for this game, for that game I should say, so we might as well play him in that game, which I think will be pretty interesting, seeing him come up against his former side. But it is deadline day now. I'm going to go ahead and simulate through all of this. If we get any offers, I'll let you know. With 2 hours remaining, we get our first transfer offer, this time in for Mario Lemina from Eintracht Frankfurt, and I'm actually not going to be letting him go. With only 2 hours left, I don't have much time to bring in a replacement right back, so we're going to go ahead and say no to this. Plus, it's not a good enough offer anyway. I feel like we should at least be getting around 12 million euros. I think that's pretty fair, but we're going to say no to this offer. So that is it for deadline day. Nothing really happening too much on our side, but as for other teams, a lot of them went absolutely big to bring in more players to their club. First off, 2 big names happening in Ligue 1. Verratti leaving PSG to join Bayern Munich for 71.5 million euros. That's a huge deal. And then Aymeric Laporte joining AS Monaco for 45.5 million euros. That's also a pretty big deal. Matic joining Juventus. I believe James was going to join Juventus, or almost did. He was rumored a bit. As well, Valencia, who we knocked out of Champions League, did sign 2 big midfielders in Thiago, which is obviously why they signed Verratti. He joined Valencia, and so did Lars Bender. So a lot of big deals happened. They don't show the rest of them, but there was a lot of big deals that happened on deadline day and throughout this window. Unfortunately, I can't really remember the rest of them, but big deals. As for the league, not really much happening apart from those 2 big ones I showed you guys, Laporte and Verratti. You can see Saive joined Saint-Etienne. They actually lost another midfielder. If we can head over to them in Gregory Sertic right here, you can see they lost 2 of their best midfielders, so that should hurt them in their chase for Champions League. As for other teams, not much teams did much to improve their team at all. It seems like everyone just kind of sat quiet. I mean, Lyon sold one of their best players, Nabil Fekir, and nothing really else happened. So a pretty boring deadline day for Ligue 1 standards, but as for the rest of the world, lots of big signings. And with deadline day over, it's now time to get into the next game of the episode, coming up against Stade Rennais, who do sit 5th in the league currently. And if we want to get first place in the league this season, we need to be beating teams like this and hopefully gain more points. So to do that, we unfortunately have to use our second team right here. I'm going to make a few changes to it. I believe we're going to take out Nkudu because he's just not good enough right now, and we can bring in Loic Remy, who is good on fitness. Abu Dhabi is going to come out. We're going to bring in Jeremy Boga because, of course, this is his former side, and I want to see what he can do against his former side. He's going to move up to Cam, and other than that, that's going to be our team for this game. Andrade is probably going to come on as a substitute now that he's fully fit, but other than that, maybe we'll give a debut to Thierry Ambrose. But that's it. That's our team for this game. Let's go take a look at theirs. This is their side for this game. They obviously have the god that is Paul-Georges Ntep. Got to be really worried about him on that left-hand side. Other than that, not really great players around him, but still some pretty dang good players that we have to worry about. Let's see if we can get the win. Koivunen finding Doucouré, takes a shot from range. That's the first chance of the game. Unfortunately for us, it goes over the bar. Remy Cabella taking that one away. Sloppy play from Stade Rennais. It's going to cut into the box. Triple tap that one over. Loic Remy misses it. It was a bit of a powerful ball, to be fair, from Remy Cabella, but Loic Remy should have found the back of the net there. Remy Cabella, what can you do for us? See Fred open in the box. Somehow still on it. Fred, smash it near post. Judrin makes the save. Oh, they're in the box. Andre takes the shot. Mandanda gets there before it can find the back of the net. At halftime, we're going to make a couple changes to hopefully get us a goal in this game. First off, Thierry Ambrose is going to come in for his debut. And of course, Victor Andrade, who we've been missing over the past several weeks due to injury. So it's going to be nice to have him back, and hopefully he can make an impact for us in the second half. Lamina, get there, please. Fred, yes, he gets his head to it, and in the 48th minute, the first chance of the second half results in a goal. Fred, the goal scorer, never would have thought he would score a header for us. Here's the replay. Mario Lamina to whip in the free kick. Somehow Fred is able to get ahead of his defender, and somehow with such a small frame is able to jump and win the header and put us ahead in this game. Mario Lamina, seeing Thierry Ambrose make a run out wide. Repay Lamina, he finds him. Lamina in the box, sees Andrade cutting inside. Andrade first time, it's a nice save from the keeper, and from the rebound, that should have found the back of the net. Nice block from Donze, to be fair. Another corner here, whipping it in, please. Thank you, Mandanda. Let's go on the counter, boys. Remy Cabella finding Loic Remy. Remy coming in from the right-hand side. He's got the pace to beat their defender. Shoots cross goal. That one should have found the back of the net. Puts it just wide. Go, Andrade. Come on, keep pushing forward. Victor Andrade has the space and has the pace. He's going to whip this one over to Fred. Fred, how did you blast that wide? It was like point blank. And that's how the ref's going to end it. 1-0 the final score in this game. I really felt like we possibly could have doubled our lead at some point during that game, but I'm happy to come away with the 3 points away from home at 5th place Rennes with our second team. Can't be more than happy with that result. Let's take a look at the match facts as well to end things off. I'm curious as to what the game was like. They did have a lot more possession. I felt that during the game for sure, but shots wise I definitely felt like ours were better chances than theirs were. Remy should have definitely scored. Fred should have definitely scored. So like I said, should have maybe doubled the lead there, but I'm happy with the 1-0 win, especially with our second team. But after that win, it's now time to move on quickly into what's going to be the final game of the episode, coming up against AS Monaco. This is our team for it. We are at home for this game, and this is our normal first team starting 11. Victor Andrade rejoins the starting 11 at that center forward spot. Like Remy drops down to the bench, and I kind of want to try it out maybe in a separate game, a game that's less important. Try out Batshuayi in our second team, and try out like Remy in our first team alongside Andrade. I just want to test it out and see which one I prefer more to see who we're going to be starting for the rest of this season, like Remy or Michy Batshuayi in our starting 11. But as for Monaco, they obviously have a very good side. They've been struggling all season. They sit in 11th. We just played them a few episodes ago, and we saw that they aren't doing too well in the league, but it looks like they have more of their key players back for this game, including Carlos Vela. They did, of course, just sign Aymeric Laporte, so it's going to be a little bit difficult to score on them in this game, but I'm hoping we can at least get one. Let's get into it. It's a nice ball. Lassana Diarra finding Batshuayi. Andrade cutting through. Can we get an early goal? Victor Andrade takes it, and he puts it wide. What an easy chance for him. Maybe he could have taken his time a bit more, but he takes it from there, and that should be finding the back of the net. No excuses. Comes João Moutinho on that right-hand side. He's going to cut the box. I'm waiting for him to pass it. He does. Nice save from Mandanda from the rebounds. Oh, that's a beautiful dummy. Finds, I don't even know who that was, Bakayoko, or however you pronounce his name. Nice save from Mandanda, though. Play that one down the line. What a beautiful pass from Santiago Arias. Sofiane Faguli is going to cut in the box now. He likes this heel-to-heel flick turns, and it works once again. Smashing it cross goal. Sofiane Faguli once again coming up big for us, cutting in from that right-hand side, and once again he scores for us. Here's a look at the replay. Cutting in, smashing it with his left foot. It was a beautiful pass from Santiago Arias to get him into space, and he was able to cut inside with that heel-to-heel flick turn once again, smashing it into the back of the net, and we're ahead 1-0. I think we can score a few more goals, and I wasn't thinking that to start the game. Oh, that's a beautiful ball. Batshuayi, we're already through once again. Possibly should have taken my time a bit more there. We should be 2-0 up at least right now. Sofiane. Oh, he spins. He's still on it. Seeing that run being made in the boxes by Michy Batshuayi. Takes his time this time, but Subasic makes a pretty decent save. Victor Andrade. Victor Andrade cutting in the box. He's going to cut around. Oh my god, look at that dribbling from Victor Andrade. I don't know how he didn't put that into the back of the net, but the dribbling was fantastic. Finding Victor Andrade. Ribéry's open out wide. Ribéry, still on it. Ribéry smashes it wide. Lucadine. Ribéry is making a run. Not a great ball, but Ribéry stays on it. Ribéry is going to play through Lassana Diarra. Lassana Diarra on the left-hand side. Triple tap over. Michy Batshuayi's there. An awful shot. Subasic really should have dealt with that better, but it doesn't matter. Michy Batshuayi gets on the score sheet, and he's going to take that every single day of the week. Here's a look at the replay. Ribéry feeding through Lassana Diarra. Our playmaker is going to triple tap cross it over to Michy Batshuayi. He's going to take it first time, and somehow Subasic didn't make the save, and it rolls into the back of the net to make it 2-0. Victor Andrade waiting for that run to be made by Sofiane Faguli. He's got the pace. He's going to cut inside. He's still on the ball. Seeing Victor Andrade cut in the box. Victor Andrade with the finesse shot. Subasic saves. And that's the kind of goal that Michy Batshuayi needs to finish. Lassana Diarra. He's going to find Michy Batshuayi. He's going to play it outside to Sofiane Faguli. He's going to cut in the box. He cuts back. Smash it with your left once again. Subasic coming up big there. Michy. Lovely drag back. He's going to find Victor Andrade. Still on the ball. Beautiful dribbling. Gonna find Lassana Diarra. Cuts it back. Lassana Diarra. Nice goal. Well-worked team goal on top of that, but the vice captain getting the third goal of this game. Here's a look at the replay. Victor Andrade with some pretty tidy dribbling is going to cut it back to Lassana Diarra, who's going to cut back past this defender and just slot it into the back of the net. Easy finish for him. Subasic can't save it, and it's 3-0. And that's how the game is going to come to a close. A 3-0 result at home against a pretty good Monaco side. I know they're struggling in the league right now, but it's kind of the equivalent of beating a team like Chelsea in real life right now, and a team that's not doing pretty well in the league, but do have the star players in their side. I know Monaco is obviously not as good as Chelsea, but it's kind of the same thing. It's kind of the equivalent to League beating a team like Chelsea, like Monaco, that have the star players in their side but aren't doing well with those star players. So I'm pretty happy with that result. I said before the game I would take just one goal, but we ended up smashing them 3-0. And looking at the match facts as well, it was a game we clearly dominated, had more possession barely, but did have a lot of shots compared to their 2. 15-2, 10 shots on target compared to their 1. Absolutely outstanding performance. Can't be happier with the performance from the guys in that game. Let's take a look at our player ratings for this one as well. Victor Andrade getting a 7.6, got subbed off late for Loic Remy. Diarra, the man of the match, the vice captain, with an 8.6. Michy Batshuayi was very impressive in that game with an 8.4. Mandanda getting an 8 as well. As for Monaco, I'm surprised Subasic doesn't have a higher rating than that. He does have the highest rating on the team with a 6.8. He made 8 saves, 8 huge saves. It really could have been like 5 or 6-0 come the end of the game, but he came up huge for them in that match and saved them from getting completely embarrassed. But I'll take a 3-0 result. But either way though, guys, that's where we're going to end off today's episode. We're only 1 point behind PSG at the end of this episode. If we could have got the 3 points against Nantes, we would have finished off this episode with the first place spot, but unfortunately we weren't able to do that. But I still think it's a pretty good episode nonetheless, and I hope you guys think so as well. If you do, be sure to drop a like, and other than that, I've been TRayALLDay or Tyler, and I'll catch you guys next time.